Hello, I'm David Straley, founder of worshipofheaven.com, or Worship of Heaven for short. In this video, I'll briefly explain what Worship of Heaven is and how it works. Worship of Heaven is a ministry whose goal is that of bringing the praise and worship music of heaven to earth and then distributing it throughout the earth. Hence its name, Worship of Heaven. Worship of Heaven is a collection of original Christian praise and worship songs and a legal framework which governs the use of those songs. I'll say that again. Worship of Heaven is a collection of original Christian praise and worship songs and a legal framework which governs the use of those songs. Worship of Heaven promotes praise and worship songs specifically. That is, the written lyrics of the praise and worship songs and their associated music, which would be both the melody and the chords of the songs. By praise and worship, we're talking about songs whose lyrics would be appropriate for other people to use in worshiping God, whether privately with their time with Him alone or publicly, such as in a church service. The style of music that goes along with those lyrics, however, can be of any style. So if you have written a Christian praise and worship songs, you could use Worship of Heaven so as to distribute your song throughout the world so that others could use it so as to worship God. Alternatively, if you're a recording artist, a worship leader, a worship team member, or a performer, you could use Worship of Heaven as a source of new songs which you then could bring to your audience. Worship of Heaven acts as a repository for sharing praise and worship songs between all these groups of people. Songwriters can upload their songs to worshipofheaven.com so that others can then subsequently download them. When a person uploads a song, they'd upload it in written form, that is, ideally in a lead sheet. That would be the chords, the melody, and the lyrics. If the person doesn't have a lead sheet, they'd at a minimum need to upload at least the chords and the lyrics. Additionally, if they've got an MP3 of the song, they could upload that as well. And let me say that the purpose of the MP3 is not so as to sell it, because worshipofheaven.com does not sell anything, at least not at this time. Rather, it's so as to act as a demo that other people could understand better how to sing and or play that song. That MP3 could be as simple as a person singing the song a cappella, or as complex as a multi-track professional studio recording of the song. When a song is uploaded to Worship of Heaven, we say that the song has been contributed to the site. When a songwriter contributes a song, it's as if they were tithing it back to God so that God's people could then use it so as to worship Him. In order to contribute a song to Worship of Heaven, a person must be the copyright owner of it. Or if multiple people wrote the song, they each must give their permission so as to contribute the song to Worship of Heaven. Also, in order to contribute a song, the contributor must affirm that there's no other party which has a right to control that song in any fashion. Once a song has been contributed, however, the original copyright owner or owners are still the only copyright owners of the song. Worship of Heaven takes no ownership in the song at all. All of these details regarding the use of Worship of Heaven's songs from their song collection are all spelled out in Worship of Heaven's legal framework. The legal framework is a contract agreement which regulates the use of the site's songs so as to ensure that they are used first and foremost so as to glorify God the Father, so as to bring Him renown,